Welcome, Potato. How are we doing this week?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Yeah, ever since, Ex-Tropical Cyclone Alfred and the lack of power and the internet and all getting sick and all that stuff, it's been a couple of weeks since we've been able to record, but it's all over now and we can get back on track.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back into our regular recordings.
Yeah, same. Especially now that I have found a fun little new game for us to play.
Oh, okay. And what is that?
I haven't thought of a name for it yet, but essentially, I'm going to read you some reviews that were written by real people on Rotten Tomatoes, and you have to try and guess the movie.
Oh, wow. Okay. You have sprung this on me. All right.
Absolutely. And look, next week, maybe you can come up with, we can take turns, maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
And we can maybe do it about games as well. But
yeah.
I really thought this would be a fun little way to start the show, get our brains kind of working. And
Cool.
because it's our first time, we're going to start easy. This is going to be three movies. We'll start easy and, in theory, ramp it up. Well, I should say, in theory, we're starting easy, but
we'll see. I feel like that's really subjective. But yeah.
That's why I was like, in theory, I think this first one's going to be pretty easy, but we'll see.
Okay. And I like your confidence.
They should ramp up in difficulty from there. So,
all right.
First one, easy. Second one, a little harder. Third one, maybe you won't get it.
Okay. Oh, you sound like you're thinking I will get some. Yep. Okay.
I think you'll definitely get the first one. The second one you should get. And the third one you should get in theory, but based on the review that I picked, maybe not.
Okay. All right, let's do this.
Okay. The first movie is... the first review is, sorry... I'm kind of getting a sense... let me start again. Oh my god, what is with my mouth today? I'm reading it off the screen and everything. Exactly. Okay. Again. I'm kind of getting the sense from this movie that bears shouldn't be snorting coke.
That's Cocaine Bear.
Absolutely. Like I said, I gave you a nice easy one for the first one. There's a bunch of reviews I could have picked, but I was like, I have sprung this on you. Let's make the first one a little easy.
Thank you.
So that is one. All right. Let me move to the second. God, I nearly lost it there for a second.
I was like, are you still there?
Yeah, no, I gotta remember to stop changing screens so much and blah, blah, blah. Okay, second review. I just didn't understand it. It's not horror because it wasn't scary. The prosthetics and makeup were interesting at best. A lot of red fluid sprayed everywhere. That's pretty much the movie.
Okay, I am thinking we recently watched this. Oh man, I'm having a mind blank.
If you give me
The Substance?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It is The Substance. So like I said, a little harder, but anyway, yes, The Substance. So that's 2 from 2. Now, let me just click over to the third one, and this is the one that might stump you.
Okay.
Review number 3 is... This movie is the worst thing I have ever watched. This traumatized me to the point I still have daily visions and nightmares on it. No normal, breathing, living person should ever watch it or want to watch it again. If you're thinking of watching it, don't, or you'll end up just like me. I hope whoever had the lovely idea to make this burns in hell. Good night.
Fuck. Okay. That could be so many different things.
The one clue I will give you is it's a recent movie and we have seen it.
Oh, okay. I've got 2 in mind. I'm just going to say Nosferatu.
That is correct. I feel
Hey.
now I shouldn't have given you the clue.
Yeah, I wouldn't have actually picked that movie if you'd given me that clue. I was going to pick that or The Witch. So,
The Witch would have been a good choice.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I will find harder and harder ones as time goes on. The third one, that last one was, if I hadn't given you a clue, I don't think you would have gotten it. But I was like, it's the first time. Let's be nice about this.
Thanks for going easy on me.
I do my best. If we were playing with Amber, she would not have gotten a single one. Even the first one, I don't think.
Oh my god! It's literally the name of the movie in the review.
100% agree, and like she probably would have gotten the first one, to be honest, but she just doesn't think of movies like that. So, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't click to her sometimes. It is so frustrating when I quote a movie or even just talk about a movie that she hasn't seen for a while, because she's just like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh my god.
It's like her brain's just put that memory away somewhere, and it's like, you don't need to think about that now.
Yeah, exactly. And she just doesn't, hold on to catchphrases or sound bites from movies and stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my brain is just filled with them.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that was fun. We should definitely do that. I feel like every episode.
I intend on doing it, and maybe we'll mix it up a bit here and there, but for the most part, I think it's a pretty fun game because there are so many funny reviews on Rotten Tomatoes from like just users. Like,
yeah, nice.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
No, you go. It's all good.
I was just gonna say I'm pretty excited now to get on there and see what I can find for you for next week.
Absolutely. And I feel like for the most part, you can probably go ham with me too, because even if I haven't seen a movie, there's not many movies I don't know about to some degree.
Fair.
I mean, subjectively, like, there's so many movies in the world. Obviously, there's a bunch that I don't know about, but when it comes to like popular movies or movies you can think of off the top of your head, it's very rare that I haven't at least heard of it.
Yeah, okay, I believe that for sure.
But in saying that, let's do something a little different, and from here, let's go straight into the intro.
Almost a jibble sandwich.
So, Potato, what's been going on movie game-wise the last couple of weeks since, we nearly had our livelihoods destroyed by the cyclone?
Good old Alfie.
You're a bunch of bloody larrikins, aren't you?
You flaming galah.
Yeah, fill me in. We haven't been able to catch up much in the last couple of weeks because of all the mess and stuff.
Yeah. Movies. I don't think I've really seen much movie-wise. I've been watching a few shows.
Oh yeah.
So I've been watching Reacher, as each episode comes out every week.
Reacher doesn't interest me that much, but I really love Alan Ritchson as an actor.
Same.
So I'm like tempted to watch it based on that, but I'm just, I'm really torn.
I love it. If I were you, I'd probably just give the first season a try. See if you like it, because that's pretty much what every season's been like so far for me. And then, if you like the first one, then keep watching. But, I love it. So
I've seen clips on like TikTok and stuff, and the clips look cool. But I just worry, because it's not my kind of show in general. I just worry that the clips are the best parts, and then like I won't care too much about the in between. You know what I mean? Because the clips are always like, like he's in a diner, and he's like, I knew this was a setup because chicks wearing heels. What waitress would ever wear heels or some crap like that? And
yeah.
things like that. And it seems cool,
Yeah.
but I just worry that I won't get into the in-between part, that's all.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, well, a lot of great action. Yeah, he's like ex-MP, so yeah, he notices small details and picks up on things, and yeah, he's just like, you know, that cool sort of mysterious loner type character that everyone always loves. So
yeah. And Alan Ritchson's, like, I don't know if you've ever seen Blue Mountain State. That's where I was first exposed to him.
No, I haven't seen that.
He is hilarious.
Okay.
Hilarious in that show. It's just a show about college football players, but it's like, I don't know. It's like a big send-up of the college experience, you know? Like, it's exactly, the show's exactly what you would think college is like.
Okay.
You know, like taking drugs, women, all that shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, there's only like, out of the 3 or 4 seasons of the show, there's only one season where you actually see them play a football match. Like, you see them at training a lot. You see them doing this, that, and the other, but you never actually see them play a match. You'll usually see them walk down the tunnel to play it, and then they'll come out being like, yeah, we won, or oh no, we lost, or whatever. Like,
so it's not even about the football, really.
The football is second fiddle, or not even, it's like fourth fiddle.
Yeah, okay.
It is. Look, I thought it was going to be, I just gave it a chance one day because it was on Netflix for a while, and I was just like, I just want something new to watch, and it's a comedy. I'll give it a go, you know. What's the worst that's going to happen? I watch an episode, then I move on. And yeah, 3 or 4 seasons in a movie later, I love the show.
Yeah, cool. Have you also seen, he was in a movie with Henry Cavill recently, is it Ungentlemanly Warfare?
Not yet, I haven't. It's on it's on the watch list.
That's, yeah, well, it's a Guy Ritchie movie. I love Guy Ritchie movies, so, and it's got Henry Cavill.
That's why it's on my to watch list.
Yeah. It's good. He plays a really good role in that movie.
Yeah,
so,
nice.
Yeah.
Let me guess. A British gangster?
No, actually. So it's actually based in World War II.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, my apologies.
Yeah, based on a true story. So yeah, Guy Ritchie either does like war and spy stuff, or yeah, it's like English gangster stuff. So,
or he does oh crap, what's that movie that he did?
He did something really random, didn't he?
Yeah, it was like Alice in Wonderland or some shit, something stupid like that. I've got to look it up now.
Yeah, I actually remember looking at it not long ago and was like, oh my god, he did that? And yeah, I was very surprised. But yeah, Alan Ritchson plays a Finnish character in this movie. I'm pretty sure it's Finnish. But yeah, just his accent. Oh my god, it's great.
It might be oh, sorry, I'm looking at his writing stuff.
It was like a kids movie or something along those lines that he did.
He did The Man from U.N.C.L.E., King Arthur, Aladdin, that's it. He did Aladdin.
Oh, Aladdin, that's right. Yeah, I remember seeing that on the list and I was like, what? But yeah.
Yeah, that's the I need some money movie.
Yeah, true.
And like a lot of like decent directors, he basically got his start doing music videos.
Oh, okay.
And because he was
married
to Madonna for a while.
That's it.
But they weren't the film clips he started on.
Yeah, okay.
But he did direct a few of her film clips. Not many, like considering how many she's got. Not many, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, and I have to look it up, and I don't feel like doing it right now, but I'm pretty sure that even David Fincher started with music videos. Like back in the 80s and 90s, a lot of directors got their start that way.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, cool.
And you know what's stupid of me? Even though I know that I've seen The Gentleman, and we were talking about the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, for some reason, I was thinking of The Gentleman as... Yeah.
Oh, you were thinking that was the movie. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, British gangster, surely that's and then as soon as you said the war thing, I was like, oh, that's right, it's the war movie. The Gentleman is the other British gangster movie.
Yeah, that's right. Which that's great too. And I do
it's fantastic.
I highly recommend The Men from U.N.C.L.E. That was I don't think I've seen anything of his that I haven't liked, to be honest.
I'm sure it's good. I'm sure I'll get around to it at some point. But it's just The Man from U.N.C.L.E. is just another one of those movies that I'm like, ugh. Like, even though the Mission Impossible movies are good, and every time I end up watching one, like, I enjoy it, I can't bring myself to watch them. Like, I loved the first one back in the day when it came out.
I do that too. I think there's still like a couple of those movies I need to watch, and I just don't. Yeah, not interested in making the time for it, but I do really enjoy them when I watch them.
100%. Like, even like we've discussed before, even John Wick took me a while to warm up to actually watch, even though it's amazing. I'm like, there's so many cooler movies out there.
And you were wrong.
Well, I mean, technically I was right, but it is still a very good movie.
I did actually see the other day that there could be a fifth one on the way.
I don't know about a specific John Wick 5, but the ballerina, which comes out soon, is in the John Wick universe, and he makes an appearance in it.
That's cool. Yeah.
And I do want to eventually get around to watching the Continental TV show to see if it's any good.
Yeah. That's like on my list as well, but I just haven't actually touched that yet.
I figured I might as well, watch the second, third, and fourth movie before I get around to the series as well.
Yeah, probably would, just in case. I don't know when that series is actually set.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I don't know if it's a prequel at the same time, after, whatever. I just know that it's obviously based around the Continental from the movie.
Yeah, okay.
And if you like John Wick at all, which you do, definitely watch. It's either called Nobody or Mr. Nobody. I forget which one it is, but it's Bob Odenkirk, Saul Goodman.
Yeah, I have a feeling we've spoken about this before, actually, and I really enjoyed that movie.
Okay, cool. Yeah, good. The sequel comes out like mid this year.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, I need to see me some more Doc Brown shooting people with shotguns.
Yeah, that was great.
We've tangented. What else have you been watching?
I just finished the first season of High Potential. It's on Disney Plus.
Oh, that's the one with the chick from just give me a second. Always Sunny, right?
Haven't actually seen any Always Sunny, but I would say yes, probably.
I'm pretty. She's like a cleaner or something, but she's real smart or helps them solve crimes or something like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she is a cleaner, cleans at the police station, helps them solve a crime, and then they basically take her on as a consultant. Yeah.
It's on my list, and I'm like 80% certain it's the chick who plays Dee from Always Sunny. Which, don't get me wrong, I haven't seen much of it. I've only seen like a few classic episodes and like maybe half of the first season. But it's one of those shows that I've been meaning to get back to watch, because it is pretty fucking funny if you like things that are like offensive and just like, what the fuck.
Yeah, I have. I've always heard about it and how great it is, but I haven't actually got around to watching that one yet.
Oh, it's great because, like, as much as you enjoy the characters or whatever, there's no possible way in real life that those psychopaths would get away with anything they ever do.
I've heard they're all like bad too. Like, no one's like a good person.
They are the worst people you'll ever see. Dee, the chick, is probably the best of them all, and she's still horrible.
Yeah, okay. Like,
Dennis is a fucking psychopath. Like, legit definition, does not care about anyone but himself and use anyone to get ahead. Like, he legit goes to an abortion rally to pick up chicks, and when he's failing on one side, let's just say, it's been a while since I've seen it, let's just say he starts on the anti-abortion side. Once he's failing on there, he literally jumps the fence and goes to the other side to try over there because he's striking out so much.
Oh my god, yeah, I need to watch this. Holy shit.
And that's only like the second, third, or fourth episode of the first season. Danny DeVito isn't even in the show yet.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I knew he was in it.
He doesn't come in. He doesn't come until season 2 because like the show was doing well, but they wanted like a star kind of thing, to get it over the line kind of thing.
Okay.
And if I remember the story correctly, they pitched it to Danny DeVito as a bit of a joke, just thinking like, he's too wholesome of a person, he won't do it. And he was like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. And his character is just fucking he's like the far right conservative guy on the show kind of thing.
Okay.
It's like, why can't I say the N-word? They can say it, like that kind of shit.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, right. It's
good. And like I said, I've only seen a little bit of it, and it I love it that much. I can't imagine what it would be like when I watch all of it.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's definitely going on the list.
Have you had a chance to watch any Yellow Jackets yet?
No, I think when I actually got our stuff working, you lost internet from Alfie, so...
I do believe they have the first season on
I've seen
Netflix.
The first season.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Season 2 might be on Netflix now that season 3 is coming out, but it might not become. It might not be out until Netflix usually does it either when the next season starts, the previous season gets on the network, or once the third season finishes airing, then they'll put season 2 on.
All right, I'll check it out. Because, I watched the first season and was, addicted to it. And then, there's something else on there. And I was like, no, I know there's more. So, yeah, definitely keen to watch that.
Yeah, no, it's good. Season 3 is amazing. If you can get onto it, and I'll see what I can do about season 3 for you. I do have Paramount Plus, so I can maybe give you that login if other avenues don't work.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Awesome.
Played anything?
I did start Avowed.
Ooh, any good?
I'm liking it so far. Graphics are pretty good. It's pretty customizable with your character that you make at the start. Sort of like a general RPG, and fantasy kind of thing. So
yeah. I do remember I'm wanting to play it with you until I found out that it's only single player. And not that it being single player deters me from playing, but I've got other games I want to play that are single player,
Yeah, that's fair. To be honest, I've played pretty much through the first section, which is getting to know how to do everything, and started going through the sort of first town you start in after that. But I haven't gone back to it yet, but I will.
That's fair. You were asking me what I got up to. I've actually had a few things. Geez, I really cut that short there, didn't I? It's like, yeah, good game. Okay, see you, bye.
Yeah, cheers.
So to start with, I finished the story of Generation Zero.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you did it without me, you bastard.
I couldn't help it. It was on the PlayStation Plus for free. Not for free, as part of the Game Pass, the PlayStation Essentials or whatever the hell they call their version of Game Pass.
Yeah.
And because we weren't playing for a bit, I was like, I want to get I like this game a lot, so I'm just going to play it on my own on PS5 for the trophies. And next thing you know, I was finished the story. I was like, oh shit. But the good news is there's so much more to the game than the story. I didn't do any of the base building stuff, barely unlocked any skin things. I just kind of powered through it. So there will be heaps for us to do when we get back to it.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I was really enjoying that. I'll be keen to keep playing that with you.
Hells yeah. Let me just switch my thing over. Hang on. Sorry, I'm just looking at the game. So I finished that. I got my first platinum trophy in over a year, which was exciting.
Look at you go.
I'm I'm a bit of a big deal around here. I don't know if you've heard this about me, but I go all right. It was Lego Harry Potter 1 to 4, like the first.
Like,
the
yeah,
first
it's like
4.
grades.
Yeah, grades 1 to 4 or whatever.
Yeah, nice.
And because I finished that, and it's part of a package, I started on Lego Harry Potter 5 to 7, which is technically 5, 6, 7, and 7 because it does the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2 as separate sections, just like the movies.
Okay, cool. Oh, nice.
In theory, it should only take me a couple of days to do the platinum, but technically, the 1 to 4 took me 2 years because I started playing it on stream all that time ago, and then I realized, hey, I'm so close to finishing the rest of the trophies. I was like, oh, I'll just do it. It took me about half a day to knock it out.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's cool.
And I was interested because I knew it'd been ages since I got a platinum in general, and I looked it up. So I achieved that platinum on the 18th of March 2025. Not sure when this episode comes out, but it'll definitely be after that date. And my most recent platinum trophy that I achieved before that was on the 3rd of November 2023.
Okay. So yeah, like about a year and a half or something like that?
Close enough to it.
Yeah.
And I've played so many games, but there's just something about platinum trophy hunting. I just haven't done it for some reason,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Maybe a bit of paralysis because I've got so many games. Like for example, the Lego games are pretty easy to finish. I own pretty much all of them, but it's like, oh, which one do I do? Which one do I do? And what I did recently is I bought a new hard drive for my PlayStation 5, like a 2 terabyte one. I've downloaded about 70 games onto my hard drive just because I can. And I'm like, okay, these are the games on my hard drive. I don't download anything until I at least finish the story of the game. Like, I don't have to platinum everything, especially if it's a game like Red Dead 2 that's going to take like 200-300 hours to do.
Yeah, fair.
But I don't delete it until I finish the story. And then I can download a new game potentially if I want.
Okay. Yeah, cool. That's it's a good way to sort of make you sort of keep consistent with games as you go.
I mean, let's see. It's only been a month or two since I did this, and it seems to be working so far, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, okay.
In other news, I'm technically up to movie 18 for the year.
Ah, nice. Okay. What have you been watching lately?
So I started watching Companion, which I do want to talk about with you, but the thing is that I started watching it just before the cyclone, and we got halfway through, and I haven't finished it, so
okay.
So I haven't technically watched that. And The Ritual, I was watching, but I was watching it really late at night, and I fell asleep. And I have seen it before, but I want to see it again because I haven't seen it pretty much since it came out.
Okay, The Ritual. What's that? I don't think I've ever heard of it.
So at the start of the movie, a group of friends, one of their friends dies. And the last thing he wanted to do before he died, because they were planning a holiday, he wanted to go for a hike in Sweden or Norway, whichever one.
Okay.
So in his memory, they go on a hike, but then they have to cut through a set of woods, and then supernatural shit happens, and blah blah blah. I think you'd like it. A little jump scary, but not too much. It's a Netflix original, and it's just really good.
Okay.
I haven't watched it since roughly when it came out. And I also haven't watched it since I got my new TV, which is just, better quality. So I'm excited for that. Speaking of movies to rewatch, I really want to watch In the Tall Grass again. That was a movie, it's freaky but not scary, if that makes sense.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one either.
It's based on a Stephen King book, and it's on Netflix, and yeah, it's good.
All right, I'll look that one up.
Sweet. And just a few days ago, I went and saw Mickey 17.
Mickey 17. I'm
Yes.
guessing horror?
No, it's actually like a sci-fi comedy.
Oh, what?
I thought it was going to be a little bit horror-y based on the premise, but no, it was like, there's maybe a couple of little scary-ish parts, but no, for the most part, it's just funny.
Okay. I'm just surprised there's a sci-fi movie that I haven't actually noticed is out.
Yeah, yes. It's gotten past your radar, unlike my impeccable radar. It's done by Bong Joon-ho. Sorry, I forget which way his name. I think it's Bong Joon-ho.
Okay.
Bun Jung-ho. Oh man, I really should have. Like, I was looking at his name just before. I apologize to every ethnicity out there saying that name just then. He's the dude that did Parasite, Snowpiercer, The Host. Well, I'm assuming all movies you haven't seen, but that's all right. He won an Oscar in like 2019, 2020, 2021 for Parasite. It was like the first like Korean movie or something to win an Oscar for like Best Picture.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, and it's a good movie too, and it's not at all what you think it's going to be about when you first start watching it.
Oh, okay. So, interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like a thriller, but not a scary thriller, but you have to watch it. But Mickey 17, basically, there's a guy, he signed up to be a thing called an expendable, I think they're called.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now.
Got some name, and basically it means that they keep all of his body data on file, and every time he dies, they reprint him out to do more things.
Oh, wow. Okay, so like clones kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, definitely clones to a degree, but it's like they legit like download his like memories and everything, so every time he uploads, it's like exact same person, essentially.
Okay.
They upload his memory like once a week or something, so there's no like, if he dies, there's no big gaps between like when he died and when he comes back kind of thing, and basically at some point they think he's dead, they reprint him out, and then there's two of them running around, and then hijinks ensue.
Okay, that actually sounds pretty cool.
Oh, it was funny, and it was really good. Like, I gave it an 8 on my little.
Oh, 8. Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking. It's got a really good cast too.
Yeah, it's Robert Pattinson, Mark Ruffalo,
Stephen
Yuen,
yeah.
Toni Collette,
Holiday Granger. I haven't heard that name, but I know her face.
Yeah, I know her face too, but I didn't know her name or anything like that at all either. But yeah, like I wouldn't. I mean, it is star-studded to a degree, but I wouldn't say like, oh, it's a star-studded cast, because like Mark Ruffalo and Toni Collette aren't like in it all the time. It mostly focuses on Robert Pattinson and the chick.
Okay.
But like, Stephen Yuen pops in here. Like they're all in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was
try and
fun.
see that one.
Yeah, fun movie, good movie, well shot. Like, I haven't seen that director do anything bad yet. So
no, that's good. That's promising.
Oh, he also did that movie Okja, which was the Netflix one where it's like it's kind of like a big rhino elephant looking thing. It's real sad. And it's obviously like a vegan message kind of like movie. But it's not. But it's not like heavy on the message. It's just like, why are we hurting animals kind of thing.
I will definitely cry if I watch that.
Oh, it is sad. Do not get me wrong, it is sad, but it is so good.
Yeah, okay.
Might even have a Stephen Yuen in that one as well. I'm not sure. All I remember is that it's sad. Very, very sad.
Okay. Well, I reckon we could both try and watch The Companion at some point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will finish watching that off, and maybe we'll talk about it next week. Maybe we won't, especially if it goes anything like our attempt to play Redfall went.
That was atrocious.
It seems like it could be a good game. It really does. But, like, I couldn't log in the first couple of times, and then by the time I did, you couldn't log in. And then when we both could log in, we couldn't join each other's games because it turned out that we had to sign up to the official account or something, because you can't see each other online until you're friends on the official account of the Redfall game. And it was just such a nightmare to try and get started. Like, we were just like, we'll just play it. It's easy as, like, sweet, cool, we got this. And then it was like, nope, no, you don't play anything. And then what was it that we found out? That because you're not using a wired connection to your router, that's potentially a problem with the game has a problem with like wireless connections and stuff.
Yeah, supposedly. Yeah, because that's right. As soon as I tried to connect or do anything, it would just sit there spinning, and then if I then tried to reconnect from that, it would just crash instantly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that was my experience for the first couple of times I logged on. Like, it either would just crash or it would just sit there trying to connect for fucking like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was so bad. Like the experience of trying to play together was so bad. We eventually just went, stuff it. Let's try Disney's Dreamlight Valley, which had its own unique set of complications, which we'll go into shortly. But at least we could play it. That was the main thing.
Yeah, that's right. And like I feel like I am pretty patient, but that trying to get Redfall working was rage inducing. I'd had enough by the time we stopped trying. So
oh my god! And the annoying thing is like so while you were trying to get yours working, I was playing through the single player version of it, because I expected it to be kind of like a I don't know, like a looter shooter or something like that. And I suppose it is to a degree, but it's more like an open world. It's more like Generation Zero than, say, Borderlands or I'm just trying to think of another type of game. Like, I thought it was going to be kind of like Destiny or Destiny 2.
Okay.
Like, I thought it was going to be more like that, but it's closer to Generation Zero than it is Destiny.
So it's more following a storyline rather than just going around and shooting stuff.
Yeah, so like there's missions, it's open world, you know, there's parts of the map to explore. I mean, I know what I'm saying sounds all kind of generic, but like, you know, Destiny, it's just kind of like you go talk to a person, it tells you to do a mission, you go to the mission, you come back, you talk to the next person. This one had way more like exploration and that kind of stuff to do than I thought it was going to have. I was like, oh, this actually could be interesting. But then we couldn't connect, so I was like,
Computer says no.
It said no in the worst possible way too.
Yeah.
How dare you ruin my enjoyment of video gaming?
How dare we try to have fun?
I mean, after 2020, should we have expected that we could ever have fun?
I guess not. But well, at least, so yeah, what would you say about what you did get to play, like with storyline and graphics and stuff like that?
I mean, graphically, it's nothing special, nothing to write home about. The game that I've played that the graphics reminded me the most of, but not quite the same, was Sea of Thieves. Like, it was kind of cartoony, but like not super cartoony.
Okay.
You could choose between 4 characters, so it had that Borderlands element of like, oh, you've got a character and they've got their own special moves and stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
And you could level up like like as you level it up, you'd assign points to different moves and make whatever moves more powerful and stuff. So it had that kind of stuff going for it. But just the fact that it was actually like a bit more of an exploration and story game than I thought it was going to be. Like I like before we played it, I legit just wanted to play it because I heard it was so bad. Like it was meant to be just terrible. And I was like, yeah, let's try it. I love playing terrible games.
Yeah.
And based on our experience, it was terrible, but just not for the reasons I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you know, actually getting to play the game is the first hurdle.
It shouldn't be the first hurdle unless it's you're trying to buy the game and it's so popular you can't. They've only got physical copies and you can't buy any. That's an acceptable way to not be able to play the game.
Yeah, fair.
Not having to jump through 23 hoops just to be able to play multiplayer in the first place. Like I can't imagine how many people got to that point and were just like, what? And just didn't even bother because, like, not only did you have to create the account, but if the account wasn't verified, which, you know, some people would never have an account with that company before because they've never played a game by them.
Like, so, I didn't, so I had to make one.
Apparently I did, but I have no idea fucking why.
Yeah, okay. And, like, I generally don't make accounts for stuff like that just because, well, I'm lazy and then I'm like, why do I need a million accounts to play games? Like...
Yeah. I reckon the reason I had one is because I often make them on my PlayStation because it'll just be like, oh, make it. And it kind of does everything for you and just signs it all in with like your PlayStation account address and like password and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, it's usually like, it's easy. I'll just fucking do it. But if it says like, oh, you have to go sign up on the website first and then come back and log in, then I usually won't do it. So I'm assuming I played some game at some point where it told me to sign up and I just pressed a button and went, yep, signed up so I could play it.
Yeah, okay. I hate to say it, but I am glad I didn't pay for this game.
Oh, if I had have paid for that game, we played it on the Game Pass. Just for those interested, I would have lost my shit. I've only ever once returned a game, like digitally or whatever, and that was literally because I accidentally bought it twice because someone put it in my like my game cart, and I was buying something else, and I didn't check. Like went through it so quick, I didn't even see that it was there, and I was meant to be buying like a $20 game, and there was like $100 came out of my thing. I was like, what the hell? And then I looked at it and I was like, oh, yeah. I emailed them straight, can you give me back my money? Because if you look through my trophy list, you'll see that I've played this game and finished it like 3 years ago. Why the fuck would I buy it again? And to their credit, they returned it, gave me the money back like instantly. But yeah, that's the only time I've ever returned a pretty much any game really, except for physical copies where, when I was younger, didn't have the money to constantly buy new games, so I would be constantly trading in games, or what I used to do at one point was I'd buy a game, play it as much as I could within the first week, and if I didn't like it that much, or if I finished it, I would just take it back and then swap it for a new game.
Okay.
But if I really liked it or whatever, then I would just like keep it and then move on. Pay for a new game or whatever. But back when I didn't have money and couldn't buy like 40 games.
Yeah, true. I'm surprised you were able to buy a game that you already owned.
You usually can't, but I think because it was like a special edition or some weird thing, it loopholed itself into being able to be bought again.
Yeah, okay.
Because generally if you already own the game or a version of the game, it won't let you, and it'll be like, oh, you can't buy this, but you can buy the DLC thing that makes it the same version or something. But it could have even just been that it was, look, I'm not even going to try and figure it out. All I know is I accidentally bought it, and I was so mad at the time because I was like, why didn't I look? Why didn't I just check it? Like,
yeah,
God damn. But I guess that leads us to what we did end up playing.
Yeah.
Which was Disney's Dreamlight Valley. And like I think we've got some fairly good things to say about it, but the one thing that, because we picked it on the basis that it was a multiplayer game,
Yeah.
and then it turned out that the multiplayer wasn't really that multiplayery.
No, it's literally you can visit each other's like setups, but you can't actually really interact and play together.
Yeah, like I think you can maybe place things and like, collect the minerals or whatever, but you can't. Yeah. We'll come back to it, but yeah, we ended up basically just playing it at the same time whilst talking to each other, which there's nothing wrong with that, but we chose it for the multiplayer aspect, which, yeah, if you're on the fence of buying it and you really want it for the multiplayer aspect, don't. It's very similar to Animal Crossing in that respect, where you just visit each other's world, have a look around at all their cool stuff, and then go, okay, I'm out. Like, there's nothing really else you can do.
Yeah. I think that's why I haven't played Avowed again, actually, because I sort of got addicted to this game.
I will admit, it was much better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
The only thing that confuses me is if you like this game so much, why won't you play Animal Crossing, you heathen?
I don't know why, but it makes me fall asleep when I play it. Maybe because it's like I play it on my Switch and I'm on the couch, so I'm all comfy, and then because it's so chill, it just makes me sleepy.
Please tell me you've dropped the Switch on your face a few times.
Not yet, but it probably will happen.
Yeah, no, like I'll admit it is a very chill, breezy game, but that's kind of like the appeal to it, like you can just jump on, do some stuff. Like there's no stress of trying to beat a level or a boss or beat a time limit or anything.
Just faff around.
Yeah, but the one of the main downsides to it that Dreamlight Valley picks up on is there's not really any, like, I guess you would say, story or missions or anything to do. At least not in the same sense. Like in Animal Crossing, you have these things called like Nook Miles, and it'll be like, catch 10 fish for the day, or like not for the day, like catch 10 fish, or like visit someone, and you get like these points that helps you unlock different things. So like you do kind of have it, but Dreamlight Valley literally has things like where you talk to the characters in the map. So for example, you've got like not Donald Duck, Scrooge McDuck, and he's like, collect all these things for me so I can make my shop better, and blah blah blah. And again,
so you've actually got things to work towards.
Yeah, and like you do have that in Animal Crossing, but it's just much more limited, and it's like everyone that you get to your world in Dreamlight Valley, like you can interact with, talk to, take them on adventures, as they say, do missions for them, raise your friendship rate. Like it's just, if you're into that kind of stuff, it's much more Stardew Valley than Animal Crossing in that aspect.
Yeah, I would say almost like Sims versus like cross Stardew in a way.
To a degree, I would definitely agree. The only thing I would argue is that you don't get to really control anyone but yourself. Where, in the Sims you can have like a whole bunch of people, and there's a lot more freedom with building and stuff. But I wouldn't disagree totally though. Like there's definitely Sims elements there.
Yeah. Yeah, it some of it did actually remind me of Stardew though while playing.
Yeah, like it's very, to me at least, it's very obviously, hey, let's take Animal Crossing, add some extra elements, and then make it all Disney. So it's like you have Goofy, Mickey, all that kind of stuff, and then as you progress through the game, you can unlock the worlds, and they're just like little tiny bite-sized worlds. But you go there, and it's like you can make friends with the rat from Ratatouille, or Wally, or those are the only two that I got around to befriending. But there's so many, and you can have way more people on your island or whatever it is, as opposed to Animal Crossing, where you can only have about 5 like residents. This one, it seems like as long as you've with Dreamlight Valley, it seems like as long as you unlock all the extra parts and have all the space, you can pretty much have as many people as you want there. I'm not sure about that though because I haven't got that far, but that's what it seems like.
From what I haven't looked into it a lot, but from what I've read as well, like there are extra islands you can unlock further as you go, I think, which gives you more room for to have more residents.
Are they not the areas that we haven't been able to quite unlock yet, or is it like different islands again?
Apparently different islands again.
Yeah, right. That's cool.
Yeah. So I think I may have played a little bit more than you. So I've done Remy from Ratatouille, Wally, and Moana.
Oh, nice.
So once you do Moana's one, you can actually have her and her dad come and like stay with you on your
her actual dad, or the rock dude, Maui.
Oh, yeah, Maui.
I was gonna say, I was like,
I haven't seen Moana, cool. So I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, Maui, you can do extra things to get him to come and stay with you as well. And then that actually helps you unlock the beach area. So
nice. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, so I've gotten that part sort of unlocked now. And there is another character on the beach that you find as well. So yeah.
Protecting me from spoilers. I love it.
Yeah.
Protect me the way we don't protect our audience.
It's the only privilege you get.
Yes. What's your main, like when you play the game, what's the main appeal to you, or what's the thing that makes you feel like wanting to play it the most? For me, with like, for example, with Animal Crossing, like, you can catch the fish and the bugs and all that stuff and put them in your museum. So for me, it's kind of like the collection aspect of like trying to get all that stuff done and get your island to the 5-star rating and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, I have different things I like about Dreamlight Valley, but what are they for you?
For me, I think having the like the little missions that the NPCs give you is probably what makes it the most enjoyable for me. I find, but even with that, I've noticed I do start to find it a little bit grindy. If if it's like a heap of stuff that I have to find that I haven't unlocked yet, or just a lot of stuff that isn't easy to get, then I'm sort of like, oh, now I've got to spend all this time trying to get it all up. So
yeah, I definitely see that.
So yeah, I think the collection side of stuff probably doesn't appeal to me as much as it does for you.
There's definitely a little bit less to the collection side in Dreamlight Valley. Like, it's still there, but unless we find something similar later to the museum in Animal Crossing, like that's not what is really appealing me in Dreamlight Valley so far. That's for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I can, like, I'm not sick of the game yet, but I can see how it would be easy to get over it after a while, because it's sort of, the missions for each character change, but it's kind of just doing the same stuff all the time in different orders and things like that. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And with Dreamlight Valley, it seems like there's like an end point, like an end to the story at some point.
I think there is, yeah.
Because the main thing with Dreamlight Valley is that, like, I forget what it's called, but the dark vines are everywhere, and you basically, like, you got to get rid of them and bring back, like, all the residents and stuff. Where, just using Animal Crossing again, it's like there is an end point in the sense that once you get your island to 3 stars, you've technically finished the game, and then 5 stars is like the ultimate goal, but like it's kind of like Minecraft, or at least the original Minecraft, where it's like there's not real, like once you do that, you just keep playing anyway. And I'm sure you can
Okay.
I'm sure you can play Dreamlight Valley as long as you want, even once you've finished it per se. But it just having that sense of a finish point can sometimes be very satisfying, as opposed to like even with Animal Crossing, sometimes it's like, sometimes I'll just jump on every couple of days and just do a couple of like the daily things that you do, and then not come back to it for a while. Where at Dreamlight Valley, when we were playing it, I was like, oh, I've got to do the next mission, I've got to get the next story, unlock the next person, find the next area. Like it was compelling me more so to do it, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot more to do. And yeah, more engaging, I guess, in that way as well.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I'm very curious to sort of see where the story kind of goes as well, and who else I can unlock. I know you can kind of see who you can unlock based on the thing, but if you say there's more islands, then maybe there's way more people to unlock than I thought.
Hopefully, yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it's fitting actually that I forget that. But I think what that stuff is called it's just called the forgetting. Is that right?
The forgetting is, like, you're probably right, but I know the forgetting is also what happens to the characters.
Okay.
Like they forget things because of the vines, but the vines could also be called the forgetting, and maybe the forgetting's definitely a name in the game of something that happens, or you do, or happens to you.
Yeah, true. I was having a look before too, and I was actually surprised at the amount of original voice actors that have come back for the game.
Yeah, to me, it's not super surprising, just because Disney are pretty good like that. But I'd probably be surprised to find if some of the bigger name, like, celebrities came back to do their roles.
So Tim Allen's back as Buzz.
Yeah, right.
Who else did I see in there? John Goodman's back as Sully.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then there's a couple of characters where, so Jim Hanks, Tom's brother, is doing Woody's voice.
Yeah, he often fills in for Tom Hanks when they can't get Tom Hanks for whatever, like whether it's visually or voice-wise, because they sound a lot alike as well.
That's cool. And then Sarah Silverman's sister did the voice for
Vanellope?
Yeah. I always get that. I'm always like, it sounds like Penelope, but it's not. It confuses me.
Yes. Yeah, no, like Disney are pretty good with that kind of stuff. Like they did the similar thing for like Kingdom Hearts and other games, but depending on the budget, sometimes they get sound alikes. Especially when, so like the voice for, like, say, Aladdin and Princess Jasmine were just like voice actors, so a little bit easier to get them than, say, if Robin Williams was still alive to do the genie. You know what I mean? So they might get like the Aladdin and Jasmine voice actors, but then get a sound alike for the genie. But it sounds like they've gone all out with this, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, like Mandy Moore's come back for Rapunzel.
I forgot she did that voice of Rapunzel.
Same, yeah. So the voice actor for Milan has come back. Oh yeah, there's so many. Like, I know, I hear what you're saying. Like, being voice actors, it wouldn't be too hard to get them back. But I don't know. I'm just happy that they were able to get so many. It's cool.
Yeah, 100% agree there. Like when you're engrossed in a world like that, being able to be not thrown off because, like, oh, the voice sounds a little bit off or something, like, is always a bonus.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, some of these characters will be quite nostalgic, I feel, too. Like the Lion King characters, like...
Oh, I could be wrong, but I'm not sure if they can get the original voice actor for Simba.
No, they didn't get the original.
I think he might be dead. I could be wrong, but I think he might be.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh my god, what's his name?
So Matthew Broderick does adult Simba, but young Simba is done by Jonathan Taylor Thomas, who I believe is dead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't actually know which version of Simba is in the game.
Either way, it sounds like they weren't able to get Matthew Broderick for adult Simba either. So
Matthew Broderick, that's it. That's the name I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he's adult Simba. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is young Simba. So it depends on which version they've got.
Yeah.
But if it's the young one, unless I'm wrong, because there's a few actors around Jonathan Taylor Thomas time who kind of, like the dude from The Neverending Story 2, Jonathan Brandis, unfortunately passed away at some point as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
was he in the first one?
No, the first one was a different actor.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the actor, but he was like a brown-haired kid.
Yeah.
He might have been the same dude from The Flight of the Navigator, but I feel that's incorrect. But yeah, Jonathan Brandis did the second movie, and he filmed a movie.
Yeah, him. Okay.
He filmed a movie in like '95 called Sidekicks with Chuck Norris, and then I believe a couple of years later he was dead.
Oh wow. Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah, he was also in Sequest DSV if you remember that show.
It sounds familiar, but I wouldn't be. Yeah, I'm not sure.
It was basically Star Trek but underwater. And I don't know if it was any good or not. I haven't watched it in years, but I used to love it because in the second season they introduced a dude with gills, and for some reason I thought that was the coolest shit ever.
Nice. I'm guessing, did you ever see Waterworld?
Fucking Waterworld is amazing. Thank you very much.
It is. I know. I used to love watching that movie.
Two big bomb movies that are, are considered bombs or whatever that I absolutely love are Waterworld and Cutthroat Island.
Oh, I haven't seen Cutthroat Island.
It's Gina Davis and Matthew Modine, and it's pirates.
I
and it's
fucking
amazing.
love Gina Davis. Okay. All right. Yeah, I need to make note of that.
From recollection, the movie was meant to be really good. Like, it was meant to be like the next big pirate movie, and it did so poorly at the movies that they literally didn't make another pirate movie, at least not a mainstream big budget pirate movie, until Pirates of the Caribbean came out.
Oh, wow.
And I think Cutthroat Island was like 92 or 93, something like that. And obviously Pirates of the Caribbean was like either 2001 or 2003. I forget which one, but one of those.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's a bit of a gap there between a pirate movie. That's
100%. This is before Black Sails, before they were cool again.
Nice.
And also that one with Taika Waititi, the one where they play gay pirates.
Oh yeah, I have heard of that.
Our flag means death.
Yeah, okay. I haven't actually seen that, but I've heard about it.
I haven't seen all of it, but it's what I have seen. It's hilarious.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
I think Taika Waititi plays like Captain Blackbeard or something, and at first it's just like kind of like they're acting kind of weird towards each other, but then it becomes like a full-on love story between him and he's basically training up this dude to take over for him, but then they fall in love. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that sounds cool.
I think it's on Prime, but I'm not sure.
That actually just reminded me of is it Stardust that has
with Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yes, and
she's the only person I can think of that's in it at the moment.
He's like a pirate, but his ship like flies through the sky, and he ends up being like a cross-dresser.
Yeah, like it's like I remember the premise and everything. I just can't think of any other actor or actress from the movie other than Michelle Pfeiffer, because she plays like the big bad, I think.
Yeah, she is. I love that movie. I've watched that a few times.
I'd have to watch it again. I used to love Aragon as well, but I am glad that they're redoing it because, one, the first movie isn't as good as you remember, or I remember rather, remembered. And secondly, because it did so badly, the story ends like before it finishes. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
it was meant to be like Narnia and stuff, where it's like, first book, second book, blah blah blah. But they just did the first book, it did poorly, and then no more dragon movie for David.
Yeah, bummer. Hopefully they do a remake because I don't think I actually saw the movie, but I read the first book and it was pretty good.
Yeah, so apparently they're producing a TV show like right now, like it's been filmed, I think.
Okay.
So like, first season will probably be book one, or at least most of book one or something, and hopefully that show does well and then we see the whole story.
Yeah, cool. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. All right, I'm just going back to Stardust. So Claire Danes, Charlie Cox, Henry Cavill. I didn't
Charlie
realize.
Cox, wow.
Yeah, I didn't realize Henry Cavill was in it too. Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer, Kate McGowan, Sienna Miller.
Yeah, there's a lot of big names there. Like I legit didn't think Charlie Cox was in anything major until he did Daredevil, but it's like, wow, that's
him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I at least hadn't really heard of him, or at least he wasn't someone that popped up in my radar until Daredevil. Henry Cavill I knew had been in things before Superman. I just didn't really know what they were. As in, obviously I can look it up, but off the top of my head, I couldn't think of like what was Henry Cavill in before Superman.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the same actually. But yeah, Charlie Cox was actually the main character in this movie.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
like I'll probably look at or watch the movie and just be like, how did I not realize it was him even from memory? But like, yeah, like I just thought he was in pretty much nothing until like, I thought Daredevil was like his breakout role. I mean, it still was, but how people are like secondary characters and stuff for ages until they get that one good role. I thought that's what happened with Charlie Cox.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. So Robert De Niro played Captain Shakespeare.
That's right. I knew there was an actor in it. I'm like, there's some big actor, like really big, and I just can't think of who it is.
Yeah. So yeah, it was Robert De Niro, and Mark Strong was actually in it as well. I think he was one of the brothers.
Mark Strong's in everything though. That's not fair.
Fair.
Mark Strong, I always get confused with Stanley Tucci until like
they are. Yeah, they're quite similar, aren't they? Like
when you see them side by side, they're the exact same thing, but because they both do a lot of like prosthetic characters, characters with a lot of prosthetic makeup and things like that, often I sometimes go like, oh, is that Stanley Tucci or is that Mark Strong? And it's not until like I hear the voice or something I go, it's one or the other.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
Both great actors, by the way.
Yes, definitely. And yeah, that movie is definitely worth the watch if you haven't seen that already.
I have definitely seen it, but I can't think of when I saw it, where I saw it, blah, blah, blah. Like I have no memory of it, but I know I've seen it. Like, I might have just had it on, like, Foxtel or something one time, back when I still had Foxtel, back in the time before. And just, like, had it on in the background and not really been paying attention or something. It's just like, I know I've seen it. I just, cannot remember a thing about it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Claire Danes plays a falling star that Charlie Cox's character finds, and yeah, it's pretty much like a bit of a action-adventure love story.
He's trying to bone the falling star, isn't he?
Well, he's kind of pining over this other girl, but yeah, eventually he's like, no, wait, she's the one I want to bone. So yeah.
Love it. No, it sounds like the kind of book my mum reads.
Yeah.
The half dragon, half man meets the half werewolf, half vampire. Speaking of werewolves, there's a new movie coming out soonish. I think it's just called Werewolf, but spelt a little weird. It's got Frank Grillo in it, I can't think of anything else he's in to give you reference. I just I know his face. I know who he is, and he's in a fair few action movies and stuff. Anyway,
I'm gonna look him up. Yep.
It looks interesting anyway. It just looks like it's going to be a big schlock fest. It's werewolves are attacking. You got to protect the family, or maybe he is a werewolf protecting his family from other werewolves. It looks schlocky. I keep seeing the trailer. I'm like, that looks schlocky and fun. I want to see it.
Okay, cool. So it's actually not the one that you saw recently. It's a different one.
Yeah, no, it's not even. It's coming out in cinemas soon. I keep seeing an ad for it on TikTok or something like that. And it's literally called Werewolf, but with a U or something. If you just type in Frank Grillo as an actor and look at the movies he's in, it should be right up the top there somewhere.
Grillo, that's how you spell it. Okay.
He's
that guy. Okay.
Yeah, you've seen him in lots of things, but he's not bad, but he's just never really had to my opinion anyway, a huge movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
He was in one of the Marvel movies, and he gets killed in the first half hour of the movie or something like that, and he stars in a lot of B grade or low A grade action movies.
Yeah, it looks like he was in some of the Purge movies.
Yeah, cool. I haven't actually seen all of them. I've only seen The Purge and the one where it's the black family in The Purge.
I haven't seen any of them.
The first one's really good. Can't say anything for the rest of them. Haven't seen them. And the black family one is good. It's a little bit of a comedy, but it's The Purge, but from the perspective of a black family who don't have all the privileges of the white families who board up their houses and shit with the big electronic doors and shit like that.
Okay, yeah, so they're sort of vulnerable.
Yeah. So it's funny, but it's not a comedy, if that makes sense. It's it's still a Purge movie, but it's got a lot more funny stuff happening in it.
Okay. So it looks like he was in a movie last year called Werewolves.
That's probably it. But just because it says last year, maybe that's when it got made, but it hasn't been released here yet.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's probably the one. If it says something about protecting his family from werewolves or anything to that degree.
All I can see is two scientists try to stop a mutation that turns people into werewolves after being touched by a supermoon the year before.
It could still be it.
Yeah, okay.
Either way, it's coming into the movie soon, and it looks stupid, just some stupid fun.
Oh, we better go see it then.
Hells yeah, we better.
Yeah, nice. I think I saw some sort of movie poster. It might have been Kevin Bacon with a chainsaw on his shoulder.
You had me at Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a horror comedy.
You had me at horror. The comedy just sweetened the pie.
God, I'm just trying to remember now. That reminds me. I did watch a movie, kind of recently.
Yeah, which one?
Shit, I messaged you when I was watching it.
Oh,
Bill
yeah.
Murray and Adam Driver.
The Dead Don't Die.
That's it. Yeah.
That is a weird movie. I love it, but it is so weird.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. But yeah, I was kind of especially the end, I was like, oh, okay. Is that it?
Don't they all basically just die and then Tilda Swinton gets beamed up to the mothership and then it's that's the end? Isn't that pretty much how it ends?
Yeah, it's literally Bill Murray and Adam Driver left in the cop car. They see her get beamed up and then they'll just oh, I guess this is it. And then they just get out of the car, shoot a few zombies, and then they die. And then that's the end. And I was like, oh, okay.
It was, man, I remember watching it for the first time and just going what's going on? There's the scene where they go see the college kids in the apartment. And then there's that one scene near the end, I'm pretty sure, where they something happens, like, is that meant to happen? And then he like pulls the script out and reads and go, yep, it's in the script. It's meant to happen.
Yeah, it's definitely out there. But yeah, I don't know. It was good to see Bill Murray in something again. I guess he hasn't really stopped acting, but
no, he pops up in lots of things, but he's often not a leading actor anymore. He kind of just pops up for a couple of days' work and then buggers off. So good to see him in like a leading role, even though that movie is something like 8 years old at this point, I think. Maybe 5 years old. I can't remember when I saw it.
Yeah, it's not even new. Yeah, okay.
It's not new. Like, it's new, but it's not new.
The female cop, I can't remember her name now.
Doesn't she like take everything like way more seriously than everyone else?
And I think in the end, it's just like she just can't believe why no one's like losing their shit over zombies being around.
Yeah, that's right.
She ends up just getting out of the car and then she gets eaten instantly.
That's right. What would you rate it roughly out of a 10? It can be tricky to rate things sometimes, because sometimes even though you enjoy it, if you want to be objective about it, it's like, oh, it was a 3, but fuck, I loved it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I guess I would say a 5.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I did like it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, there was things about it. Yeah, I guess as you say, like when you actually break it down, it doesn't rate great, but yeah, I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I did the same thing with Idiocracy recently. Like, I rewatched that, and I only ended up giving it a 6 because, like, again, objectively as a movie, it's like, it's kind of terrible, but it's like, it's just so fucking funny because it's like almost literally what's happening in the world right now.
It's crazy, isn't it? I think there was even I saw like a still from the movie of the president with like his gun that is like.
I can't remember his whole name, but it's like President Comanche Pepsi Cola III.
Yeah, it's like a still of him from the movie, like, sort of with the gun out, shooting, being silly, and then it just like next
Elon
to
Musk
him,
with a chainsaw.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wow.
It's so fucking stupid. Speaking of Adam Driver movies, though, you should get on Logan Lucky.
Logan Lucky. Don't think I've heard of that.
It's it might be based on a true story. I can't remember, but basically Adam Driver and someone, it's been a while since I've seen it, play brothers who are trying to like rob the Daytona 500 or something like that.
Oh, it's Channing Tatum.
That's it. And Daniel Craig's in it, and his character's fucking hilarious. Like, you get used to seeing him in serious roles, then you see him in this movie and you're like, oh my god, this is fucking great.
Man. Yeah, I feel like I've totally missed out on this one.
Yeah, like, I can't remember why I heard of it. Maybe it was at the movies, or either way, I watched it whenever it was it came out, but not at the movies, like just when it came to streaming or whatever. And it's like a heist movie, but like nothing goes right for them ever.
Nice. So yeah, chaos ensues, I'm guessing.
Oh, more than chaos. Like, yeah, watch it. So it's on something. I saw it as I was scrolling through movies recently, so you should be able to watch it.
Okay.
But definitely get on it. Oh my god. Adam Driver's a good actor. Like, I haven't seen anything yet. The only thing that I've seen that he's in that doesn't interest me, but I'll probably watch it eventually, is The House of Gucci.
House of Gucci. Oh yeah, is that actually based on?
Yeah, it's meant to be like the story of how. Yeah, it's meant to be like the story of how Gucci became big and powerful or whatever. And I think Lady Gaga is the other lead actress. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the whole story in general just doesn't bother me. But like,
yeah, I don't think I've ever taken interest in that either.
Yeah, like back in the day when I first saw Adam Driver, I was watching Girls, and like I wasn't actually watching Girls. I was just like, I was somewhere where they were watching it, and I was just watching it while I was playing like my Switch or something. You know what I mean? Like, not paying attention. But as the episodes went on, Adam Driver's role in the show made me actually interested in it.
Okay.
I was like, oh, this dude's a good actor. Like, and then when he got announced for Star Wars and stuff, like, and then you got like Black K Klansman. It's like Black Triple K Klansman with fucking David Washington, I think his name is Denzel Washington's son.
Okay.
That movie is pretty hilarious. It's so basically David Washington, the black man, calls up like the leader of the KKK over the phone.
Oh, I've
then,
heard about this, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah, and then it turns out like he wants to meet up, and he's like, "Oh shit! Like, how do I do it?" So they recruit Adam Driver to be him to like go on, like, you know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah, because is Washington's character like a cop or undercover cop or something like that?
Yeah, well, they're both cops, but he calls up he's like the head dragon or something, which is played by Topher Grace, which I think is bloody hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Watching him play like this big racist dude. But he calls him up thinking he won't get through or something, and he like has this big chat with him, and he's, like, oh yeah, those N-words are the worst, and blah, blah, blah. Like, and then he's like, hey, we should meet up and hang out. You sound like a good guy. And he's like, sure. And then like hangs up and goes, oh shit. Like, I can't turn up like this. So they recruit Adam Driver, who's also a cop, to go in his place. And yeah, like, it's funny, but it's also just like a good serious movie.
Okay.
Like it's like it's a serious movie with a bunch of funny stuff that happens throughout.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I've heard that movie's really good.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a Spike Jonze movie, but I can't remember. I'd have to look that up again.
Yeah, okay.
Well, how about you give me, seeing as you've played the game a bit more, how about you give me some final thoughts about Dreamlight Valley now that we've waffled on for a bit? Yeah, give us some final thoughts, and then I know we'll head out and then come back next week.
Okay. Yeah, so Dreamlight Valley, I find it fun and engaging, nostalgic when you get to actually see some of the characters in the game. Plenty to do. I think that it could get a little bit tedious or boring towards the end, though, if you do actually finish the storyline. But I haven't gotten to that yet, so I rate the game. I will keep playing it. I think it's worth a go if you're looking at it.
Yeah, nice. Like I've said previously in this episode, like the fact that it's similar enough to Animal Crossing and how much I liked Animal Crossing hooks me in just on that premise alone. But then after playing it and seeing the things that they've improved on with the questing and all that kind of stuff, just hooked me in even more. The one thing I kind of would have liked is maybe some kind of like similar to Stardew, where maybe there's an area you can go where you can like fight people and stuff. Not fight people, but like like an area where you can do some actual questing where like you have to fight some like monsters or something like that. I think that would have been cool, but it doesn't lose anything for not having that.
Yeah.
The only thing, because I went back and played Animal Crossing just to compare it, like just the other day. The only thing, and it's, I wouldn't even say it's bad. It's like, so in Dreamlight Valley, you have a stamina bar, which means you have to keep food on you all the time to keep it topped up or constantly be running back to your house. But in Animal Crossing, there's no stamina bar, but your weapons and shit your shovel and stuff will break eventually, so you'll have to remake them. So you have to kind of either run back to the house to remake it or have like crafting tables all around the island.
Right, okay.
So it's kind of like the same problem, just a different way.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is the Dreamlight Valley way is a little bit easier to deal with because it's easier to have food on you than it is to run back and find a crafting table. But, that's just me nitpicking a little bit. I hate it when you're running around mining and stuff, and then you just run out of stamina, and you're just like, oh shit, okay, time to run back to the house.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's not like at least a stamina bar that regenerates itself. You have to actually eat stuff.
Or you sit on a bench somewhere, and it takes a bit. But
yeah,
at least
you're sitting there doing nothing.
Exactly. At least your shit doesn't break, though. I do like that.
Yeah, same here.
But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to opening up more areas of the island, and as you say, visiting or going to new islands or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing what other characters we can unlock and bring to our island.
Sorry, I just choked on my own spit.
The best way.
Yeah, same here. I can't wait to see who we can unlock.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I know. Overall, if you're into Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, any of those similar kind of games, I think you'll like Dreamlight Valley. The only reason I can't see you enjoying it would be if you're just that adamantly against Disney. It's available on Xbox Game Pass if you have it, to give it a try. Otherwise, I think it's only like a $40 game or a $60 game, which is not too bad in the scheme of things.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So we'll leave it there. We'll see you guys next episode. I was going to say next week, but with the way things have been going lately, it could take a little longer. I hope not. Everything seems to be back on track, but it could take a little longer. And yeah, we're hoping to talk about the companion. Otherwise, I'm sure we'll figure something out. We'll see you next week, guys.
We'll do the things.
And we'll always do the things.
Yeah.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye, guys.
Perfect.